Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Frankly FM84. A big thank you for joining me on another episode of Bello Calcio. We're currently out in Japan, managing in the J League, and we are in charge of Shonan Bellmare. You might have seen, if you've been with us for the past two seasons, that we have been on a great rise. The team started off as relegation fodder. We managed to win the J League at the first time of AXE scheme. We also won the J League in the second season, and we added the AFC Champions League to our trophy cabinet last season. So we are firmly in the build up to season 3. And in today's episode, it's just going to be a little preview of what is to come in the third season. We're going to show you the players that have come in and gone out, have a little look at the schedule, and also anything else like pre-season that has affected the build up for season 3. So let's jump straight into it as we show you the new faces and the new boys that have come into the club. So if we hit the transfers tab, we head off to transfer history, and we will show you firstly the players that have gone out. So at the start of the save, was trying to go for kind of a builder reputation for the club. I think we're certainly doing that by winning the J League twice and also winning the AFC Champions League. But the other thing that I wanted to do was try and sign young English talent or young talent in general, build them up and then sell them back on. And I think that is starting to come to the forefront of what we are doing now. As you can see on this, well, you might not be able to see underneath where I am, but I can go through the transfers and tell you that basically that ball has started to roll. So the first player that we let go of this season was CJ Egan Riley. He's a player that we picked up for nothing on contract release day from Manchester City. We managed to sell him back to Forest Green in England for £125,000. So purely £125,000 of profit for not doing a lot. The next player that went out was Thierry Graca. He went off and represented Cape Verde in the off-season, came back to the club, basically said he wanted a new challenge. We ended up having a bid from Santa Clara. We took that for £325,000. And again, he was a free signing at the start of the game, so nothing lost there, 325,000 gained. We have let go of Tatsuya Tabira. He's a player that I think we bought in for nothing, did we? No, in fact, we bought him for £105,000, sold him for 180, so we've made 80,000 profit there. Could go up to 215,000 for the transfer fee, so not a big loss. He was only a rotation player anyway, signed mainly because he was a younger player, and we have let him go. Luca Thomas is another English player that we bought in, I think, from Wimbledon for nothing, and we decided to let him go. He asked for a new challenge. A bid came in for him. We turned it down. He said he wanted to go, so we didn't really fight that one. Lucas Stevenson, Renan and Giovanni have all gone out on loan. Missed those two off. Taisi Ishii has gone to Fukushima United on loan. And then we have sold Koki Harada. He's another one. Wanted more game time. Couldn't give it to him really. He was only a rotation option at the club. So we have decided to move him on. We got 25,000 for him. And then the last two to go out on loan is Luke Butterfield and Ralph Mays. They've gone to Suzuka and Tokyo United FC respectively. So then the challenge was then to replace some of the players that we were losing. The problem was that the board had managed to get themselves in a bit of a pickle. They were looking to sell the club. We had an interested buyer. We got a transfer embargo. The bid fell through. We have only just been able to start signing players. So you can see we're on the 13th of February. The first player we bought was on the 18th of January. And then by the 23rd of January, there was basically no transfers that were allowed to take place for nearly 2.5 weeks, which kind of held us up. But we have managed to get some players in. So let's show you those. We've signed Jun Nishikawa. He's a young striker, 21 years old, proven in the J League, playing for Cerezo Osaka. Got him for £1.2 million. I think he'll really complement our front line, plus he has potential to grow. The other thing that we are going to look to exploit, and I kind of forgot to touch upon this, is that in the J League, they have certain nations that qualify as non-foreign. So you can go and sign players from the likes of Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Myanmar, Qatar. I think there's a couple more that I've missed off there. But basically, you can go out, look at those nations' players, bring them in, and they do not count against the foreign player eligibility list. So that is what we've been doing. We've looked at players that might have been at higher profile clubs or have good potential from those national teams and have brought some of them in. So let's show you those. We've got Sam Bone, coming from St. Pat's, not the highest profile of team, but think he's perfect in terms of a rotation player, can play one of a number of positions, centre-back, right-back, central midfielder. I think he has some good attributes. And for the price he paid of 185,000, I think he seems a bit of a bargain. The next one is Elkan Bagot. He's a centre-back who comes from Ipswich. Again, I think a good rotation option. He's 21 years old. Doesn't count as a foreign player as he's Indonesian. And I think that he's one who can develop and grow at the club alongside our current centre-backs. We have Harry Birtwistle. He is a Singaporean. Now, you may look at the left-hand side and look at his technicals and go, what is he doing? Why is he buying this player? It's all about the physicals. So he has 16 acceleration, 15 pace, 11 tackling. He's going to be the perfect right-back cover for when we have some issues, whether that be injuries or needing rotation. He doesn't look like much, but he's only 20 years old. Plenty of room for development for the price and where he's been playing at Weymouth. He was a free transfer. It made all the sense in the world to just go out and buy him. And then the last player we have bought is Saya Baba. He's a defender. Who did we buy him from? Bought him from a J-League. Oh, so we bought him from Tokyo Verdy, actually. So he's got experience in the J-League. He knows what the league is about. And he's another one who's coming just as a rotation option. We do have a number of other transfers lined up. When we show you, we do have a few players that are already committed to the club, but we are trying to sign Nicholas Tripicchio. He's another one that all of this in the middle of the park here is what we were attracted to. Can play as a midfielder, as a centre-back, as a right-back, play wing-back. His media description is that of a full-back, so he's naturally going to play one of those positions, but I think he can play as a centre-back or a central midfielder. He's a free transfer made. It was a no-brainer to just go and scoop him up. 28 years old. Zach Williams is a player who's going to come in from Crewe. Again, 6'2", tackling of 12, jumping reach of 13, heading of 11. I think he's certainly going to develop into the kind of player that we are looking for. The scouts say he's a superb signing for the future, and for the price, which is nothing in the end. We are just going to pay him £600 a week, so he must be at the end of his contract. We are going to be picking him up. We have then got a Daleson, who is another 19-year-old central midfielder. He's another one of these, pick them up on the cheap, develop them, and maybe move them on types of players. Omar Haddadi, he's a regen who is coming from, is that Algeria? No, he's coming from Morocco, sorry. Oh, it does say Morocco at the top. Duh. Yeah, he's a Moroccan who is going to be coming in. He's 17 years old and already has most of the stats we are looking for. Technique 15, work rate 11, teamwork 13, determination 14. Does have high aggression. But for the type of player he is, he's already rated or valued, sorry, at 400,000 to £4 million. I think that one is going to be a really good player that we can develop for the future. Joseph Atangana. He's another one. He's just 17 years old. He is going to be coming in. I think we're going to use these two players as pretty much developmental players, stick them in the under-21 straight away rather than playing them as juniors, and see what they can do pretty much straight from the off in the game. We have then already got some committed players. Blessing Mutasa is a player who's coming in from Zimbabwe. Probably not one that we would be pursuing at this point, but he was already set up last season. We've got Evander coming in. He's a 16-year-old Brazilian. Plays as a striker, got good pace, good bravery, good work rate. I think he'll be one that once he starts to develop properly at the age of 16, he will flourish. 2026 he comes in, so we've got to wait 2 more years for him. We're signing Natapon Prasar from Buriram United. He's a player that, again, at the age of 17, capped for the under-23s at Thai international level. He's got good flair, good technique, bravery, dribbling. Pace is 10, acceleration is 15. I think he's one that once he develops, he's going to be a really good player both for club and country. And the last one that I'm quite excited about is Werton. He has come from the scouting reports, says he would be a superb signing. We are looking to get this one over the line. You can see, or maybe you can't see, but just above my head, it says that Maxwell is currently ranked as the 4th best striker at the club on a 3-star current, 3.5-star potential. This kid is already 3 stars and he's a potential 4.5-star player at the age of 20. And I think that if he comes in, he will probably be challenging Maxwell for his position. Right, so that is the transfers done and out the way. Quick look at the finances. You can see that our club's winning of the J-League, winning of the Champions League, has really now propelled us to be one of the richest clubs in Japan. We have secure finances, 32 million in the bank, 14 million as a transfer budget, and 141,000 as a wage budget. Problem that we've got, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm trying to spend that 14 million. We had some great ambitious bids put in for players that we thought we could sign, and then all of a sudden we've hit kind of a cap in the J-League that you can have 25 players who are above the wage exemption, and then every other player has to be on £800. So players like, we put a bid in for Mads Bidstrup from from Brentford, I think it is, and he was all set to join, and then we got to the contract offer, and then it was like £800 max. It was like, we can't do that. He wants 5-6 grand a week, and we are having to work with those restraints. But the players that we are bringing in, we are managing to put the jigsaw together. We are managing to put the jigsaw together any way it will fit. And I think that if we can offload a player, or a player becomes happy in the future that's on those kinds of wages, he's definitely one we will be going back for. The last thing to show you then is the schedule. We have played 3 pre-season friendlies before this Champions League game as we kick off our defence. We won 4-1 in a friendly against Tiamo Hirakata. Goals from Baggett, Maxwell, Machida and Ovalar. We beat Brio Becker Urayasu 5-0 in a friendly. Goal from Ovalar, 3 from Machida and a goal for Barada. And then we lost 4-2 in the Ando Testimonial. Wasn't really a game that we were looking to go all out in. And goals from Fujimura and Aranda for us, as we were on the wrong end of a 4-2 defeat. So that sets us up nicely then for tomorrow's episode. We're going to be kicking off Season 3 and the Champions League campaign as we look to retain our trophy against Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. The other teams in our group are April 25. Where are they from? They are from North Korea. We have the familiar Shanghai Port from China. Is that it? Jeonbuk, Shanghai Port, and April 25. Yeah, so that is our Champions League group. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be kicking off against Jeonbuk, so make sure you don't miss that. So if you're at this point of the episode, you've enjoyed today's episode, and you're liking the content on the channel, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to help the channel out. It's been brilliant on the first year. The journey on YouTube has been fantastic. Plenty more content to come into year 2. Make sure you don't miss that by staying right here on the channel. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it up there. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and check out Season 3's opening game against Jeonbuk in the Champions League.